Saxon Algebra 1/2, lesson 95. Greetings, my students. This is a lesson that is gonna just, I think, fit into your brains. It's gonna just slide in so nice and smooth, and you're gonna be like, how is that even a thing? And it's gonna be amazing. So, the name of it is variables on both sides. And as usual, I like to start off by showing you what you already know that's related to this. If I give you a problem like this, you know what to do. You go, it's the best friends situation, the three best friends. This one needs to go home first. This one's closer to our X, right? That's always our goal, get X by himself. This 3 is closer, so they're the two BFFs. This is the third wheel friend. Oh, so sad. So we send him home by doing the opposite of what's happening to him now. Right now he's being added, so we subtract. Adding and subtracting are opposites. So we subtract the same number because we want to make this go to 0, right? That's our strategy. We want to make that go away. So we do -3 here. We have to do a -3 here. I call that swimming, right? We're moving the numbers over to this side. That, as I think I've told you, my 7th grade algebra teacher called that swimming fish, that you're sorting the fish out just like schools of fish will sort themselves out when they're ready to hunt. So the X fish is staying here and the plain number fish are swimming across. We get 3x equals 2. And then we divide. This friend eventually has to go home to leave the X by himself. So again, this is being multiplied. We do the opposite. We divide. And we get X equals 2/3. So we've got this idea of swimming the fish. Now what's going to happen in this problem that's just a weensy bit different, 3x plus 3, that looks the same, right? But what's happening here? We now have, instead of just a plain number on this side, like we did here, we have another X over here. Then we do the very same thing though. We swim the fish to combine the X fish together and the plain number fish together. So here are the two X fish and here are the plain number fish. There's the equal sign. That helps us keep track of where things are swimming to and from. Now, here's the thing. We get to decide which fish we want to swim in which direction, and either way will give us the right answer. It doesn't matter. As long as we do it accurately, our answer will come out the same no matter which way we decide to swim the X fish and which way we decide to swim the plain number fish. So when I'm doing the problems, I get to decide. When you're doing the problems, you get to decide, all right? I would ask people how they want to do it if we were all together, but sadly we're not, so I just decide. Now, what I usually do is I start by looking at the X fish, and I think I would like this to turn out to be a positive number, just because positive numbers feel a little easier in my brain because you don't have to keep track of the minus sign. So I look at these and go, okay, if I subtract 3x to swim it this way, I'm going to end up with a minus number, right? Because this is a 1. So if I do 1 minus 3, I'm going to end up with -2. So I would rather swim this fish this way because then when I subtract the 1, I'll still have 2x that'll be positive. Does it matter if I get a negative number? No, not at all. Again, the answer will always work out the same, depending on no matter which way you go. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to subtract x from this side and bring it over here. I'm swimming the X fish to this side. Notice this is a positive X fish. It doesn't say positive, but we know it is. So I do the opposite. I do the minus. This cancels, and now I have 2x, and I copy the rest. Now I see, since I made the decision to swim the X fish this way, I know I want to swim the plain number fish that way. So I do the opposite. Now I have 2x equals -8. And now I'm ready for best friend go home. And we get x equals -4, and that's the correct answer. Okay, So instead of just moving one number to the other side, we're swimming both the plain number fish and the X fish. I don't know for sure if I told you that story, but my teacher in 7th grade was named Mr. Leckrone. Leckrone? I always say it wrong, and my brother who had the same teacher, my number 3 brother, I'm number 2, he always corrects me, but I can't ever remember which is right. Leckrone? Leckrone. I'm not sure. I think it's Leckrone. But anyway, he had this whole thing about how it's like fish that are swimming around a coral reef, and when everything is fine, they just swim around and they intermingle and everything's fine. But then as soon as there's either a threat or a potential for a meal, they quickly will gather in with their own species and form, you know, the hunting balls, and then they go swarm around and find food. That's what we're doing. We're helping them rush to join their similar species, right? That's why we combine the X fish and then we combine the plain number fish. We're swimming them to our schools. And your generation has a great visual for this because it's like in Finding Nemo, right? I'm sure there must be times when the fish all run to form their similar species. So that's what you remember when we're solving with variables on both sides. Let's do one more, and then that's the end of this lesson. Aw, they're over so fast, it's sad. 4x minus 2 equals minus x. Now, this one is interesting because we have x's on both sides, but we only have one constant. I usually call them plain numbers, but a constant is the mathematical name for that, right? So in this case, I mean, we have our choices. We could go by my rule of let's create a positive number, and we could bring this x over, but then we'd have to swim the plain number that way. That seems like a lot of drama. So let's just take, the dangerous track and say, what the heck, let's just subtract the 4x. We'll swim the x fish this way, right? If we subtract from this side, we have to subtract from that side because we're going across the equal sign. This cancels, minus 2 equals, and now remember we're adding here. I put the 1 in, that will help me. Minus 1 minus 4 more is minus 5x. Okay. Now we still want x by itself. They're multiplying, so we have to divide. Don't worry about the sign, just do exactly the same. Divide by minus 5, this cancels. Now we can see that x equals, and this is the number's right, but these two minuses will turn to a positive. So the final answer is x equals 2 over 5. That's the right answer. We're swimming fish in both directions. Hallelujah. It's so fun, right? And so easy. I hope it felt easy. If it doesn't feel easy, it will soon, trust me. And we'll be doing this night and day for years to come. Okay, 95 is over. Yay, thank you, goodbye.